Being efficient without regard to effectiveness, doing things that get you closer to your goals, is the default mode of the universe. The planets and stars are lazy. Our bunny is lazy. We are lazy. Slowly rolling out of bed in the morning is well-oiled efficiency. You're achieving a goal with the least amount of energy possible. Productivity is the focus on achieving the goal, i.e. getting out of bed at all costs. The problem is that none of us have our lives figured out. We're all struggling with direction and meaning, and now we're drawn to adding in the extra anxiety-inducing productivity into our lives. Like we're adding icing to the cake, except we're not really sure whether we have a cake or a loaf of ciabatta in our hands. So we have an effectiveness crisis. All these thoughts and ideas have created a critical thinking epidemic. Critical thinking is slowly being lost as more and more people rely on other people's beliefs and teachings, and of course, ChatGPT. So if you're led to believe that all that matters is how much you churn out, which is being productive, then you're going to do a few things. One is you're going to self-sabotage by just blindly allocating free time to working more, because this will make you more productive. You're going to churn out more, right? In my experience, this might work for about 3 weeks. But then what happens is the whirlwind of life sweeps through and you end up spending all of your time working and outputting the least important things. And because you're forcing yourself to work all the time, chances are you're not allowing yourself to identify whether this is a problem you are meant to be solving in the world. Because it's not really a good sign if you always have to force yourself to do something. It's a very good thing to do some of the time. But if you always have to force yourself to work and be productive, then maybe you're not working on the right things. And number two is that you're slowly going to lose trust in your own abilities when you inevitably fail to meet the standards of productivity that you believe from other people you've seen on the internet. This is really the worst thing that you can do, so you really need to avoid this at all costs. I like to remind myself of this. Remember that stupid fat people are earning hundreds of times more than you, so you're clearly overcomplicating all of this. You don't need to be more productive. But I've tackled the effectiveness crisis in my last video. So after you've watched that and you now know what to work on, the issue becomes keeping that thing at the top of your priorities. That's really the only productivity metric you need to focus on. The most important thing is to keep the important thing, Albert Einstein. Epic quote. But to understand how you can do that, you need to know why we are still talking about productivity in 2025. Surely we have this all figured out by this century. But the thing is, productivity has and always will be a viral topic on social media or in the news because of two things. It appeals to the part of our psychology that understands that our lives would change faster if we got more done, which is true. More done, more money, more opportunities, more everything. And if you're a goal-driven person, you will understand that there is an insecurity, a fear of not achieving, not getting shit done. But the word productivity also plays on our identities as productive people. Capitalism loves productivity, and we want to be accepted and loved by people around us too. And secondly, polarizing beliefs against the status quo will simply never go out of fashion because it grabs attention like that. And you will remember me after this video because I'm standing against toxic productivity. And as humans, we're all biased towards negativity. I'm not saying, oh, I love being unproductive. I'm saying, no, I hate toxic productivity. So in other words, you're going to be interested in and remember the fact that I don't like productivity advice. And just have a look at Cal Newport's new book, Slow Productivity. He did the book on deep work. The book focuses on three main things. And the one is doing fewer things. The other is working at a natural pace. And the third is obsessing over quality. So what has he done? He's challenged the traditional idea that busyness equals productivity because we're drawn to that shit. We love it. So now you know why we're both here. But what is the secret to just doing the important thing? Understand that urgency will end up consuming your mind according to human nature. The whirlwind of your busy day will always end up dragging you into urgency. You must postpone perceived urgency for important. This is the process of entrepreneurship. Sticking to what you said you were going to do and doing it first. There isn't one system for this. And if there was a system for all that, it would be something along the lines of install an ever-present sweeper in the back of your mind. And what it does is notice all the other important things that crop up and nag you and leave an itch in the back of your mind and make you feel uncomfortable. And now the sweeper has got all those things. Now shift those things to later. And then keep on shifting those things to later and to later and later. And eventually you reach your big goals and you don't reach your 900 plus other goals that you thought might have been important at the time. Productivity is about shifting everything else to later. So thanks for watching. If you found my thoughts and ideas insightful or you just enjoyed listening, then you know where to subscribe.